Now, before we get started, first of all, I just wanted to note that I am not in any way, shape, or form a part of Hustlers University or a member of it whatsoever. I'm not saying there's a problem with anyone that is a part of it. I'm not saying that it is a scam. I'm not saying there is a problem with anyone that is not a part of it. Whatever, I don't really care what your opinion is. It's not my problem. I just have an email here from Tate that I figured I would like to share because it is very important now. It did not only go out to me, it goes out to everybody. This is just kind of like a thing that he does. There's emails that somebody writes and it goes out to everybody that subscribes to, whatever fucking thing people want emails out for. So he basically just kind of gives out advice every day. So I figured this one is very important. I figured I'd share it to start the video off. Here it is. Your energy is your only tool. Success isn't hard to achieve. You read my emails and think it is. Comparing yourself to what I have now. Here's all success requires of you. 6 hours a day, 6 days a week for the next 10 years. Almost 20,000 hours. Tell me what you did with those 20,000 hours. Oh, you don't remember? Exactly. You've done fucking nothing. Played a few video games, a little YouTube, jerked off now and then, using your energy to manifest nothing of value. Then you wonder why you aren't happy, and you aren't worth millions, and why your girl doesn't obey you. Understand, your energy is yours to use however you want. Use it to become the best Call of Duty and beer pong player, or use it to become the best version of yourself who's rich, steals energy from others, and is surrounded by a network of brothers. And if you aren't using your energy to build your dream life, stop emailing me your time-wasting questions. I've given you opportunities to make money for yourself. I have time taken out of my day to respond to your emails, and you've seen clearly what is possible for yourself. Are you lazy or just a moron? Because the life you want is right in front of your face. You just have to stop thinking life will come to you. You must come to life, giving 1,000% effort every day. Only then will you become a force of nature. See, I don't have much going on in my life right now, especially anything that makes me happy. In fact, most of it are things that just stress me out and upset me, and I'm sure most of you can agree with me on that. But at the end of the day, I have to acknowledge that all of those things are solely just emotional and mental barriers I set up for myself, and I must push through them in order to achieve any goals I have in life. If I just sit there and allow myself to be all mopey, sad, and depressed, nothing will get done, and I will feel even more like shit. And all it does is create this vicious cycle of uselessness and depression because you realize you have done absolutely nothing with your life, and that you probably never will. However, deep down, you know this isn't true. You know damn well you are capable of more than sitting around and being lazy because you're depressed. Quick before I continue, you're probably rolling your eyes right now saying, wow, this piece of shit sounds like Andrew Tate. Shut up, I don't care. Well, let me tell you something. By having that kind of mindset and attitude will get you nowhere in life. You have to allow yourself to be open to other opinions and viewpoints instead of just shutting them out. Allowing yourself to get triggered and upset so easily will make your life a living hell. Trust me, I used to be that way. And as time went on, I realized that life sucked ass, and I wanted it to change. The reality of it is, you have to understand not everything in life is going to be fair, nor is it going to be easy. However, if you start trying and really putting in the effort, you'll start to see a change. For example, even on the days that I feel drained and tired and I just don't want to get up and move, I force myself and make a mental reminder and go, hey, if you sit in bed all day, you'll get nothing done and feel even worse. Because believe me, if you just make that little push in the beginning of your day and make yourself do little things that you don't want to do, mentally, you will become stronger. That is part of the reason why you always hear people say, oh, take cold showers and stop jacking off. The purpose is to destroy your comfort zone so your body and mind can become stronger by simply overcoming little things that your lazy mindset keeps you from doing. The whole No Nut November bullshit has a purpose. In school, it was funny, but now it has a purpose. It is to prevent you from basically ODing on dopamine. Not that it's lethal, but it'll get you addicted like any other drug, making you waste your time on self-pleasure and drain your self-esteem, when you could instead be using it to become the successful and happy man you want to be. The funny thing is, I thought this was just common sense, but apparently not. Not with Gen Z anyway. Now, if I haven't already explained, depression is a very dangerous thing and we all know that. But why? Oh, it leads to suicide, many of you might say. But how? And more importantly, why and how can we stop it from getting this bad? To know this, you must first understand how depression operates. And if you're anything like me, you'll know exactly how it works. It goes like this. It can begin by simply attacking you when you're stressed, like in high school, with all your homework, exams, chores, and new responsibilities you may encounter. It begins to make you feel tired, sometimes restless, a little more irritable. Pretty common symptoms, obviously. Now, from here, most people without the knowledge will assume they're just overly stressed and take a mental break. By doing this, however, you're allowing yourself to become more lazy and stay in your comfort zone because it hurts too much to force yourself to get out of bed on time, or take out the trash, etc., etc. After a while of this miserable behavior, at some point, someday, you'll wake up, look yourself in the mirror, and go, wow, I've been getting nothing done. I'm always bored and I feel completely useless. That's when it really starts to strike. You begin to convince yourself that you're useless. Making you feel even more like shit, you go back to bed, lay down, and wallow in your own self-pity. From there, it's an endlessly vicious cycle, so much so that even I'm beginning to feel a little down just talking about it. But this is where it must be countered. The way to do that is simply what I've been saying this whole video. Force yourself to do things you know you have to do, even when you think you're too tired to do. Because remember this, your life and the world around you will not stop just for you to feel better. There's a harsh reality in our world, and it's that nobody actually cares about how you feel. I'm sorry, but you had to hear it at some point. It's the truth. You gotta keep pushing and keep moving no matter what. Do not let anybody or anything stop you. Know that you are as strong as you believe yourself to be, and you can achieve absolutely anything you put your mind to. One example I'll give that I use is to write out smaller and easy to do goals every day and get them done. Could be something as simple as shower, clean room, exercise for 30 minutes. It can be anything. Just make it productive and you'll feel 100 times better about yourself afterward because you not only got stuff done, but also achieved self-set goals. And just as Andrew Tate has stated before, your mind is the only thing you have control over. So take advantage of that and control it. Use it to your advantage because once you can do that, you become an extremely dangerous individual, as many people do not have that skill. Now, ever since 2020 and the whole COVID bullshit ran its course, people have been weaker than ever. With the government forcing everybody to do online school and stay inside, wear masks, and social distance from any human being possible, we've all become extremely lonely and afraid. And when you're alone and stricken with fear, you're the most vulnerable. Now, I don't want to say too much, but I think it's pretty obvious that the cocoa wasn't nearly as bad as they sought it out to be. It was really only lethal to people with poor immune systems when mixed with any other kind of sickness, just as any other virus would be. In fact, many doctors were actually paid to write down that somebody died of COVID, even when that wasn't the real cause. For example, if somebody had said virus but showed no symptoms, and let's say got into a fatal accident, when the doctor notices they had COVID before, they write it down and get paid to note that their COD was COVID-19 virus. Yes, you heard me right. You have been played and lied to by your own government and doctors who you thought are supposed to help and take care of you. Not only that, but if you're a millennial, chances are you watch the news, perhaps every day even. And if you are one of these individuals, I guarantee at least a quarter of you have quit watching the news. And I bet I can guess why. And it's not because you don't have the time. The real reason is because it is filled with negativity. It is the same reason my mom stopped watching the news. I mean, no wonder the obesity, depression, anxiety, and suicide rates are at an all-time high for America. The fuckers in control are the ones spreading negativity everywhere. You watch the news and try to get a glimpse of the world around you and all you ever hear about is somebody getting murdered, raped, or a car crash. I think people really have a lot of thinking to do before they, number one, blindly believe everything they're told in the media, and number two, allow themselves to be sucked into a world where negativity and hatred is spread worldwide. It's time to give it up and start living a hate-free life. No more of that cancel culture bullshit. It's unproductive. Do something with your life, people. You're here for a reason. And with this, I think it's best to end the video here. I believe all of this is essentially the point that Andrew Tate tries to get across, but unfortunately sometimes people don't listen to you until you're harsh and mean with them. So I figured I'd kind of break down some of the things he has said about depression and whatnot to try and give other people a more clear understanding of what he is saying and that I don't believe his words are controversial in the slightest bit. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll be replying to everybody I can. I hope you enjoyed and have a good day.